Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 10th, 2019. Be a unique beast. Strong hand, long-term thinking, unconfiscatable, unoffended by selling, value your wealth in Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. Deferral of gratification. Don't FOMO on altcoins. All right. Let's just start it off by reminding you, follow me on Twitter at TechBalt, TECHBALT. Check out the links below. Everything that's talked about in this video is linked to below. Barefoot Barry down in New Zealand, thank you for this classic shirt. It's been a while since I've put it on, but thank you. I'm thinking of you down on the South Island, enjoying yourself. So what did Monsieur Mahmoudov have to say? Your friends in 2013. Why didn't you convince me to buy more Bitcoin in 2019? I tried. You didn't listen. Now, that's pretty funny, but there was a reply that was even funnier. I will buy at 6K. I will buy at 5K. I will buy at 4K. I will buy at 3K. My friend who never bought. Yes. Oh, the Nocoiner excuses. The Nocoiners looking back on the past. And I like how Monsieur, he's getting the picture. He actually brought up 4 years from now. Maybe he's heard about the 210K block theory. Oh, man, I've been thinking about that 210K block theory a lot. I think we'll talk about it on This Week in Bitcoin. That'll be at 5:30 p.m. East New York time on Friday with BTC Benny, Juan Galt, Bitcoin Tina, and yeah, the Bitcoin Meister. Pound that like button. Now, this is something I didn't see many people. I think Whale Panda or Alistair tweeted this out. I don't know, retweeted this. This is from a guy named Mark Weinstein. He says, overheard at, some conference that costs a lot of money to attend, Fidelity releasing a client survey in next few months. One stat says over 50% of their institutional clients expect to make an allocation to crypto in the next 5 years. Whoa. If you're still here, you're in the right place and probably the right time. Probably the right time, dude? No, this is the right time. So yeah, that little survey will come out. I mean, again, this is just a rumor, and I don't try to jump on rumors too much, but it's just a matter of time before the institutional clients jump into Bitcoin, and they diversify for the sake of diversification. Unfortunate for them, they won't get the simple, value your wealth in Bitcoin and see. And if you value your wealth in fiat, then just wait 4 years or 210,000 blocks, and you'll be happy. But no. That's a very interesting stat. If true, over 50% of Fidelity's institutional clients expect to make an allocation to crypto in the next 5 years. That's a lot of freaking money. Hey, man, I value my wealth in Bitcoin. I'm not chancing it. I've got a strong hand on my Bitcoin because these guys, these Fidelity clients, their hands aren't even on Bitcoin yet. They're waiting for something. What are they waiting for? I don't know. Well, they want to be comfortable. They want Fidelity to do all the dirty work for them. What's it called? Hold it for them. What's the word I'm looking for? The custodial accounts and such. Yes, be the custodians. Okay, I linked to the 210K block theory again, just in case you missed the last 2 shows where I mentioned it. And let's talk about what's being served in today's FUD court. Okay? I'm going to stress the word court in today's FUD court. This is from Alistair Milne. quite obvious that any legal action will be done for the sole purpose of getting publicity for BSV, which continues to be crushed by Bitcoin proper. Now, I don't like to talk about BSV, but I just see what's on the horizon. That dude, because it is centralized, they're talking about lawsuits, and yeah, they're going to start suing people to get attention. That's the only reason they're going to sue people. So don't have a weak hand. Don't think it's some power move. Oh, time to switch into BSV. Hey, dude, take personal responsibility is new counterculture. If you want to do that, if you want to buy BSV because the guy behind it is suing everyone, then hey, man, that's your prerogative. But don't come complain to me in 4 years, all right? But no, for those of you who do get freaked out by lawsuits, yeah, there will be people in the Bitcoin space that are going to get sued by BSV, the guy behind BSV. So just prepare for it. That's your serving of FUD in the FUD court today. But again, the dude, he's just doing it for attention. And unfortunately, I just gave him attention. No, that was not good on my part. Bittrex. The following kind of makes me like Bittrex. I mean, if you're gonna use an exchange, then I guess and you don't want anyone to know who you are, or maybe you don't want anyone to know who you are, maybe you use Bittrex. This is from the Block Crypto. The Block. It's an online magazine for cryptocurrency, and it is linked to below. It says Bittrex customers were using fake names like Donald Duck and Elvis to trade, and now the exchange has to leave New York. So, okay, if you're in New York, I guess you're not going to be using Bittrex. Furthermore, the NYDFS said the firm must stop its operations in New York State effective April 11, which is in 30 minutes. The NYDFS rips into the exchange for a lack of due diligence around vetting customers and the tokens that trade on its venue. Bittrex's customer identification program, Know Your Customer, and customer due diligence are seriously deficient, as evidenced by the findings of the department's examiners during their review of sample transactions. The note read, hey, no bit license for Bittrex. Oh, well. I mean, is it that bad of a thing? Bittrex, do you really want to be that mainstream? Hey, for all you fiat freak traders out there, the information I just gave you, make your own decisions on where you want to trade. You want to trade at the place that's following the New York rules where you got to give out all your information, or do you want to go to a place where you can pretend to be Donald Duck? I know what I think. All right, so if you're familiar with me, so for you Ethereum Classic freaks out there, or Barry Silbert kind of guys, I mean, I stumbled upon this Twitter feed. Classic is coming. It's linked to below. I don't think Classic is. There's been a little bit of news about Ethereum Classic lately. They saw me mention it in my show, so they retweeted me, and then I just saw who these guys were. These guys love Ethereum Classic. I mean, the goal of this freaking Twitter feed is to get Ethereum Classic into the top tier. It's definitely in the second tier of altcoins. So if you love Ethereum Classic and you want to hype it up, well, then just retweet everything these dudes retweet. My God. All right. Remember, on Steemit, I am Bitcoin Meister. And the show is live on Steemit right this second. Follow me over there. Pound that like button and upvote me over on Steemit. Turn that steam into Bitcoin. Turn that frown upside down. All right. With Bitcoin, we have never had a predictable currency like this before. Never. And it's so important to keep it this way, to keep it that it's 21 million. We know how many they're going to be ever. With the dollar, you have no idea how much is going to be printed that year. With Bitcoin, you know how much is going to be printed every 4 years. The exact numbers every 4 years. And then it gets cut in half every 4 years. It's all baked into the cake. You know it from the very start. You know what's going to be going on in the year 2100. in terms of the production of Bitcoin. Okay, you already know that. We've never had anything like this before, and it's one of the many informational inputs that gets tossed into what the fiat price of Bitcoin is going to be. There's all sorts of things going on in the ecosystem, and perhaps that is the most important input, the predictability, the numbers that we already know, and perhaps since we're so unfamiliar with this, that we are now learning that because these numbers are so powerful and are so predictable, that perhaps it's as simple as just holding on. In terms of you fiat freaks out there, it's as simple as holding on for 210,000 blocks. It might be that simple, because there's so many complexities to Bitcoin that a lot of people like to talk about. All these tech dudes out there and all these chart mongers out there showing you the most complex things in the world. And it just might be as simple as, if you want to increase your fiat value, you buy it, you hold on to it for 210,000 blocks. This might be the rule for all time. And if it becomes that obvious, we just talk about Fidelity money running into the space. Heck, everybody and their mother's going to want to be run into the space. It's a 4-year deal, man. It's a 4-year deal. So I've got a new rule here. Anything less than if your game plan is less than 4 years, you're a short-term thinker. You're just a short-term thinker. You got to have a time horizon in this Bitcoin game of at least 4 years, okay? Everything else is just short-term thinking. That's when the long-term thinking begins, after 210,000 blocks. So learn it. Yeah, so it's not a for the I have something written down here that I skipped over. Sorry. For all those traditional type of investors, you got to have a different way of looking at time once you enter the Bitcoin space. Okay, it's not a matter of how low it's going to go during this bear market or how high it will go during the next bull market. The question is, how much higher is it going to be in 210,000 blocks? And how much higher is it now than it was 210,000 blocks ago? That's how you got to look at time for all you fiat freaks out there that entered this space. And again, this is just for the people who are into the fiat value aspect of Bitcoin. And there are quite a few, okay? There are quite a few. You cannot worry about, when's the bottom coming? When's the bottom coming? Because that's less than 4 years away. That's less than 210,000 blocks away, either in the past or in the future. You just got to keep that 210,000 block mentality. And yeah, it really might be as simple as that. And yeah, this is the third day in a row that I've talked about this, but it really has been inspiring. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it tomorrow in terms of is this true with Litecoin? Is this going to be true with Bcash also? Are these rules that powerful that you can make these type of financial predictions? And again, it shows you you cannot mess with this formula one bit. If you change this very important input one little bit, it might mess up everything. We might not be able to make these predictions anymore. That's how magical, and it's not magic. That's how numerical, how emotionless this system is. Because again, there are going to be people, we need more than 21 billion. We got to change this. No, dudes, don't mess with that one input into this system, man. It is quite powerful. And I really am looking forward to 210,000 blocks after the previous all-time high to see if and that will be around November of 2021, to see if the fiat value is higher than 20,000 or 19,600, whatever it is. All right, that's enough of my talk about that 210,000 block theory. I really think more people should be talking about it. More people should be looking at it. And again, there's so many unnecessary complexities in this space, and that something this simple is being ignored and not being talked about. This alone, if this is proven true, I mean, so many people will come into the space because you can simply explain it to them. Yeah, you buy it, you hold it long term being 210K, 210,000 blocks, and then you make a decision. You're like, oh, it's worth more in fiat than it was previously. What should I do now? And that's up to you. Again, if it's worth, it's going to be worth more in terms of in 420,000 blocks also, if that rule is true, and then in 630,000 blocks, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, for me, hold on as long as freaking possible. And I've been saying that all along without knowing the 210,000 block theory, which is just an awesome theory. All right. Top Roller, who I don't know if he is Top Roller in the chat right now. Yesterday, he said something awesome. He said, FUD equals feast upon delicate sellers. You better believe it. Those delicate little sellers, they hear something about China, they sell, then you feast upon it, and you wait 210,000 blocks at least. And we got Kevin Rook, I think this dude's name is. He's got an interesting table out there, okay? Now, I don't know if this really means very much. It's pure statistics here. How many addresses own more than $1, $100, $1,000, $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, Bcash, BSV, and Litecoin, okay? And there are more addresses with $1,000 or more of Bitcoin than there are of addresses with $1 or more of Litecoin. What's that really mean? I mean, you could draw your own opinions. Check out the chart. One interesting thing, I mean, Bcash and BSV are also listed in this chart. It seems to me, if you compare Bcash and Litecoin, it looks like more people are valuing their wealth in Litecoin than in Bcash. If you look at the statistics in terms of how much, in terms of fiat value is being kept in Litecoin addresses, that there's a, you check it out yourself. That was my only conclusion, and it's a questionable conclusion that I drew from looking at those charts. I mean, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, people. That's what you got to remember. But if you're comparing these top tier altcoins, Bcash and Litecoin, maybe this will give you a buzz. I don't know. All right, finally, speaking about getting a buzz from crypto, there was a guy who commented on my video yesterday named Truce, and he said, check out my crypto comedy channel. So I checked out Truce's crypto comedy channel, and I linked to it below. And this is a warning. It is for grown-ups. It is rated R. Adult subject matters, to say the least. It is not for everyone at all. But the guy's in motion. He's trying to do some comedy. So good job, Truce. Again, there are curse words galore and adult subject matters, but it's his form of crypto comedy. Hey, Truce is a unique guy. Good for you, Truce, for getting my attention. And there's your link, dude. Good for you. Pound that like button, Truce, and pound it on his page too, I guess. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the link section below. Bang that bell button. Click on all those squares. I'll see you tomorrow night. New show here every single day. Yeah, I'm a believer. Bitcoin. I'll see you in the chat. Bye-bye.